Art fine. Art fine, yeah. Art baby, so doggone fine. Watch him on TV all the time. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Art fine. He thrills me. Thrills me. Thrills me, yeah. To see the polka party on TV. Used to watch him on Channel 3. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Art fine. Art fine. Art fine. Art fine.
Man, hey. That's like an honor of a lifetime. I mean,
it is.
You don't even want to be the mayor of Hollywood anymore, I bet.
No, this is it.
Johnny Grant can keep it.
I want to be the mayor of L.A.
It feels like a network show now with
Yeah.
a theme.
Yeah.
Oh, man, the
Well,
Persuasions.
I'm very happy.
Absolutely brilliant.
Okay, Howard Fine's Poker Party coming in from Hollywood with a very special guest. In descending order of garrulousness, Hudson Marquez.
How you doing, Mr. Fine?
How you doing? Nice to see you.
I'm really knocked out by that
good.
intro. God.
Good to see you. You kind of do that big ass monkey brand hot sauce with you.
I brought a bottle for my friend Doug. I think Doug, he likes really hot stuff, so I think he'll be carbonating this in a seltzer bottle, as his cultures want, and then just drinking it straight.
I see. All right, well, we'll take a
I think
look
I
at
left
that
it in the other room.
In a few minutes.
Somebody
good to
better
see you,
not
Hud.
steal it.
Next time we got Doug Fieger. Doug, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
By now, your brother's probably not governor or something. Well,
Not governor of
right,
something.
Right now, he's not governor of something.
Right.
Well, I read a thing in Newsweek that said, boy, after that thing, he's really ugly to people. So,
No, this is family
no,
matters.
that's what they said.
Doug's a fine
I
fellow,
was
and
just
he's got a
quoting
fine family.
Rhonda Fleming.
Hey, I have no control over my siblings or
That's right.
anything of the sort.
Anything else
He came
either.
before me.
I have no control over anything.
That's
I'm
true.
Sure. All right, fine. And on my left is Denny Bruce. Denny, nice to see you.
Thank you. But Doug, your brother's cool because he actually was in the music business for a while, right?
Well, he
went
was
to
the roadie.
England.
He was the roadie for Brinsley Schwartz.
That's cool.
That's cool.
No,
He should win.
really?
He was the roadie. He was Nick
That
Lowe's-
alone.
Nick Lowe's roadie.
We're talking about Jeff Fieger, the
governor of Michigan.
Well, governor of Michigan.
the putative governor of Michigan, and Dr. Kevorkian's lawyer, his brother. Yeah.
He was Nick Lowe's. He followed me to England. I had made a record there in the early 70s with Jimmy Miller and Andy Johns and Gary Wright and those people. And he followed me there and became the roadie for Brinsley Schwartz. He was Nick Lowe's roadie. And then after that, he was Andrew Lou Goldham's assistant for about a year and a half.
That's a frightening thought. This would train you for Kevorkian and being a politician.
I guess.
And it makes him a little different than Mike Curb when you look at. Anyway, guys, we think we know that.
Politicians in rock and roll.
I don't know politicians, so it's like, well, here's somebody who sounds at least is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd vote for him.
All right, well, back to me for a second. After
Yeah.
it's my show.
It's your
This
show.
is,
It's your
this
show.
is my new book. This is a redo of the old book, actually. LA Musical History Tour. It's out. Don't buy it. Go to the library and get it. So we can't sell anything on the show, but it's got 100 new entries. It's real cool.
And there are libraries at Tower Records, I think. I saw there's a reading library right in the corner there.
You know, if I had $1 million, I would put together a rock and roll library of every book ever written and make it accessible to writers.
That's a
I
good idea.
suggested it to a local record company who's almost archival in its nature. And
No.
Anyway, so.
Well, they don't have $1 million because they just can't. Labor's killing them over there at that record
Hud, I
company.
know you want to hear about the carts at Ralph's again because we haven't
Yes,
done
I
this.
do.
We haven't done
Is
this.
this the cleaning part?
We haven't done this in about 5.
I just had it at Pavilions this morning.
What's that?
The clean cart controversy.
What happened?
I just taken cart after cart. They all have paper bags, plastic bag gripped up.
Tied
I
to
know
them. Yeah.
that somebody's been living out of this one. And then the one I get is all sticky, but it works. And I'm going, and then there's somebody standing there going, I go to this market 4 times a week. I know all checkers personally. The butcher's a close personal friend.
Yeah.
And yet, here I am, I just can't find. And they're going, hey, you're messing up all our carts. And I go,
Oh, you're taking one, and not taking taking another one out.
Yeah,
They're
I have
saying,
to
what are
find-
you doing?
And I said,
Yeah.
man, you know what? I get good cart karma here because I always bring my carts back after I put it in the cart because I figure I'll get a good cart. I guess I must have done something bad because I couldn't get one. This one was sticky when I put my hands on it. And this one says, excuse me, could you? And I said, look, if you clean your carts, we do clean them. And I'm going nuts. So you
With
can tell.
what? Molasses.
They're supposed to
Jelly.
steam. It's like, man, you go home, you've got it.
Now, that's
forces you to buy
Pavilions
that
on Melrose
and
Vine.
which is a fine market. I mean,
Except for its carts.
these carts. And the fact that they're now out of paper bags all the time, which is a weird
Oh, yeah,
thing.
that's the other thing they started
Plastic
doing.
only?
Yeah.
They started doing
You got paper
Vine.
plastic? Oh, we're out of paper bags.
See, I get paper in plastic.
Well,
I get
That's
both.
what I.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course you
that's
do.
what I do. But they go. Oh,
Well, they stopped
we're out of
asking.
bags.
They stopped asking.
I don't
Yeah,
believe
Ralph
it.
just
This
started.
has happened 3
Somehow.
times now.
Yeah, yeah. And
I
so-
said, you don't understand, that's my wastebasket.
Yeah,
Goes
exactly.
underneath the sink. That's what we use.
Yeah, we all know that. So, okay, so you may not, well, I'd like to roll this back in, actually. I did a cart discovery like in 91 or 2 on the show where I went to the Ralph's near my house that's now closed and actually photographed them inside the store. I was photographing the ones with like big glumps of stuff in it, you know.
Oh, God.
And I afterwards, separate from this photographic journey, I went in and asked the guy, I said, what's with the carts? He said, well, we clean them every month. I said, what if they get dirty in a day? He said, well, they get cleaned at the end of the month. I said, well, the next logical thing is if a bum pisses on the cheese,
Yeah.
do we leave it there? I mean, I mean,
that Ralph's by
yeah,
your place?
yeah, they would have at that place, yeah. So I kind of put this one to sleep until I went to the newer, slightly cleaner Ralph's on La Brea North.
Yeah.
And it was a Sunday morning. I figured, well, they must have done their cart cleaning on Saturday night,
Yeah.
probably, right? But one grunge went after another one, and the guy came up and said, "What are you doing with
That's
these carts?"
it.
I said, "I want one without a rock in the. I want one without a rock in the wheels. Like clunk, clunk, clunk. I don't want to go like that, you know." I said, "Well, just why are you taking them all out?" I said, so I asked the manager, and believe me, the way I'm talking to you, we're
it's
excited. I'm very flat. I said, "Could you tell me about the carts? I mean, what happens? We clean them once a month." I said, "Yeah, but they're dirty now." I said, "But they're dirty now," and they defend it. All the stores are. We have a 99% clean store, and we won't clean the carts. We won't. We don't do that. But then I got one more thing is that they have a type of person that they disdain. That's called a customer. They say the customers do that. The customers do that. I said, yeah, I'm a customer. I don't do that. Why do I have to put up with this crap? And they back off again and defend their bad carts
But
again.
what's worse about that, not that particular market, but that chain of markets is they've cut out 90% of the things that
they
I
sell?
like.
Yeah, exactly. That when they
And
buy,
you can
they-
only
they-
get these certain things that they deign to sell.
Well, sorry, that they get paid to put on
To
the
put
shelf.
on the
They
shelves.
buy this. They
Exactly.
rent. It's
And
kind of
it
like the
doesn't
Roxy,
matter-
isn't it?
it doesn't
Ralph's
matter.
is like the Roxy. You have to pay
Four-wall.
They're
It's a
four-wall.
four-wall deal.
Everybody rents space on the shelf.
And you
Well,
know
my
what?
hot sauce,
You
I could do that
cannot
there for-
get
I
it-
could pay them.
You
Wait, you
cannot.
have-
You can go and complain, and they write out a little thing, and it doesn't.
Yeah, they
do a
pretend.
damn thing. They
It's like
throw
ordering
it,
a record.
They throw it in
Yeah.
one of the baskets.
It's on order.
You know, because they're all crumpled. You know, there's always paper crumpled up in some basket
for
when you
stuffing.
pull it out, right?
That's the.
That's
please
where
clean the
they
guy.
throw
Ha ha.
those complaints, you know, into the basket. So that's a joke.
Okay, well, I got something on the opposite thing now. A fine progress in capitalism that I'm very happy about, excited about, really, is that I don't know if you buy I assume you buy bottled water. I don't know if you buy one every time. Sometimes I go
I'll
to the
buy that Arrowhead and a $2.79 value plus $2.99.
Well, sometimes I would sometimes go to a machine. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's-
Oh, you mean fill it up in those machines?
Yeah. Well, we know they're full of bacteria and stuff, but I just boil it anyway. So it's just for tea. So, anyways, you've seen these water stores popping up in the mini malls there,
Right.
and you think, is this like the Scotch tape store? I mean, they're 25 cents a gallon. How much can they sell? You know. So there's one in East Hollywood near 99-cent store, which used to be John's, which used to be Vons.
Vons, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
And I went in there. I said, I got to try this. Well, you can buy a blue plastic heavy-duty $3.98 refillable one there with a cap that doesn't come off when you turn the corner of your car and it doesn't spill on the floor, which I did. But they have curb service now. For 20
Wait a minute,
for
curb
20
service?
for 20 cents, you can be like the Shah of Iran. You pull up your car, say 2 bottles in the back, please, and the guy takes out your 2 bottles, carries them inside, fills them up. You give him the 40 cents.
It's like the
and you
old
drive
gas
away.
station.
Yeah.
So this is like
It's
a
20 cents, 20
service
cents a
station.
gallon.
What they used to
Indians
call
living on a
service.
reservation.
Service.
I just read it the other day. Can you get a 55-gallon drum? You can just wait. Maybe they'll come to your neighborhood. That's real progress.
Man, I was so thrilled. It was so neat, you know.
3 guys
and
with
they
a
got
tank truck.
It's not like that one thing of styrofoam. The one thing of styrofoam or kryptonite or whatever they do that has the filters through in those little machines. This place has a thing the size of a room filtering water in the back.
Now,
I said,
where?
this is
I have to
groovy.
go look at this. This is on what street?
Near the Sunset strip club, Sunset.
It's John's. It used to be
John's?
John's. It used to be
Is it
Vons.
Is it Western?
Yes,
No,
East
it's
to Western.
East to Western.
Okay, that's enough
Okay.
For
plugs.
years I got Arrowhead, and last year, because I live at the top of a long driveway, and the guy had the decency to back all
I
the
stopped it
way
because they
up.
wouldn't bring it up my stairs.
I'm doing my taxes, and I realize I spend over $800
On water.
On water.
on water.
Well, you know, some cities have
wow.
one of those big tanks where it just pours into your house. Maybe you can do that.
But the thing
Yeah.
about water is that I like nothing in my water. I like distilled water.
That always makes
Mine
me
was
feel like a
distilled.
steam
I
iron
didn't
when
want to
I
throw
drink
that in.
Well, but
paid-
I like water
I
with
paid-
nothing
I paid
in
premium.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Premium.
But you pay more for less. It's absolutely
Yeah.
the truth. It's like if you go to the market to get stuff without preservatives in it,
Oh, I know.
it costs you more money. I want something with less than this, and I want to pay more for it.
Oh, we put it in, then we have
low-fat
to take
water.
it out for you.
Low-fat water. Exactly.
We'll do a whole retail show here, I think. I take my
Yeah,
kid
you have
to,
some
to
serious
thrift,
consumers here.
to Thrifties or Rite Aid, is that terrible new name is.
God, and it's
As
blue.
long- you know, they're
blue-
gonna be real
when
happy
it was
when there's-
red. At least the red
Yeah.
sign kind of looked inviting.
Yeah.
This blue,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just looks.
And they have half the merchandising because they don't have any toy department
Well,
for my
it's
kids.
like
Everything's
right.
reduced.
They're going to be real
Well,
happy
again,
when there's one
they've cut
drugstore,
out so much of this
one
stuff.
grocery store, one record company, and we hope it's not that one, and then one whatever. They're going to be real happy when there's one of that, and we go in and we go, hey, where's my crab boil? They go, oh, well, we stopped that 2 years ago.
But well, okay,
You can
Rite
get
Aid.
it on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you kiss my internet?
Call
You can
Micro-
order it on the internet.
Call Microsoft. They have it.
Yeah.
One
All
more
the
thing about
case.
Rite Aid. The cool thing about Thrifties, not in my youth, in my middle age, I remember they were like dime, 15-cent, and 20-cent cones. They've just lifted the 79 to 89, so it's 89 cents a scoop there, which is almost Baskin Robbins. I mean,
Right.
the point was to go there. Not the point was a perk was to go there for your child for the cheap ice cream, and now it's up to the universe. Listen, speaking of great records. You have one out right now, don't you, Doug?
You wouldn't know it, but yes.
Yes,
we
I
do.
know it. I know it well.
You do.
It's the new Knack album.
One wouldn't know it.
Called Zoom, and I may have not entirely queued it up in there, but the first cut on the Knack tape is indeed "Pop is Dead." I think I asked you once before. This doesn't refer to your father. It's not like some sad.
It was
thing.
the 3rd of September, the day
Yeah,
I'll always remember.
It was,
And you know,
yes.
the truth is, my dad did die on the 3rd of September.
Wow.
You're kidding me.
I swear on his life.
And you're from
Oh,
Detroit.
And I am from Detroit. Yes.
I'm gonna go. You know, I'm gonna
That's
listen to
heavy.
the was not was version of that this afternoon when I go home because I like that one.
Okay, well, let's take a listen to "Pop is Dead," or at least part of it, from the new Knack album, and it's dynamite. It's just killer. It's a subtle tribute to the Who.
Kind of, yeah.
There it
It's
is.
good loud too. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
fantastic.
Man, we had to sit down. We were dancing so much here.
Now,
That
are
was-
these the sessions you did with Shell Tell Me that Capital would not put out?
Yes, yes, yes. Well, you know, got to tip your hat got to tip your hat to the, the truth
To who?
is, to the guys who inspired you.
Yeah.
One. I mean,
Well, let's tip ahead to the guy that inspired John Fogerty, for heaven's sakes.
that was fun. That was fun hearing that. That really
That
was.
Fogerty on the radio a couple weeks ago said that among the things he was influenced by were Elvis, the Beatles, and the Knack.
That's like Meltzer introducing the Dictators at the whiskey when he said, the Beatles, the Stones, the fucking Dictators. That was his intro, and he was hanging on the microphone. Like this. That was. If I ever am put in the position of having to do it.
Anyways.
I thought you meant Terry Melcher.
Hey, High Rolling Studs from L.A. Do you know that? Do you have that record, the Terry Melcher record, the country record?
No, but he also hated a book we all had some trouble with.
Oh, we all had trouble with Barney Hoskins, didn't we?
And,
That's right, everybody but you.
He had,
Well, I don't have
he had
trouble with
lawyers
Barney.
call
We
the
do.
publishers.
What happened?
Wait,
called some?
stop.
Oh,
Stop.
no.
Danny, wait.
Good.
All of us were variously either maligned or misquoted by a writer, which he's not entitled to misquote us. He's entitled to malign us. So,
Well, how would you
Denny,
like to be Mr. Terry Melcher, who allegedly, according to this book, had sex with Manson girls?
Well, I
So
think
his
that-
lawyer, that's why it's not out in paperback.
Good.
That is true.
Good.
That's true, because I mean,
what's true?
The Dennis Wilson tie-in.
Yeah, the Dennis
Yeah.
Wilson, the Palisades. I live with Vestine, and Sandy and I go. It was Melcher was not. Well, I'm not talking.
But you met R. Meltzer. Vom.
Vom, Melcher of Vom.
Right.
But Bonnie Hoskins has a new book out.
I'm
too.
sure he does.
Never mind. Okay,
Good.
I won't. Gee.
No, we're ticked. We're real ticked.
We're off the air.
We're real man.
Real man, that Barney. Oh boy.
So,
you guys.
This has nothing to do with anything except, do you notice that I always lock my car, and then sometimes I don't? If your telephone's in it, there's really no worry about anybody stealing it. In other words, don't the bums know that you can't sell them because they have to be programmed? In other words, they could use it for an hour to call Venezuela or something, but you're going to find it and turn it off. It's a high risk, low yield kind of a thing.
They don't think they just will break in.
Right,
and
yeah,
do
I
that.
know they're not thinking. I
Or you
understand
could
it.
call them and say, bring my car back, damn it.
Oh, that's a.
You can do that. I know somebody who did that.
That's that's a Seinfeld plot. That's what he's saying.
Does
Oh, what?
Does low jack work?
No, but because the problem with LoJack is by the time you realize your car has been stolen, in order to call the police to let them know to activate it, they've stripped it already.
Yeah.
The one that works is a thing called
Professionals.
Teletrack, which, if it started with anything but the key, alerts the company itself, and they call the police for you, so you don't have to notice that your car is missing.
And
I
how much
see.
does something like that put you back?
It's a service, right?
A
It's
few
not.
thousand and then 150 a month, something like that.
Yeah.
I'll just have somebody live in my car.
Yeah, I think I can get somebody to pay me $25
Move to a
to hang
different
out.
neighborhood is probably the better. Let somebody live in my
Extend the driveway to your house.
that'll work.
All right, I'm going to go back to economic theories. Now, of course, any company that gives you a menu, you have to go to that company, like at least with a glass of water, and pour it on the machine or the console or in the face of the person who designed this horror, where you have to listen to the categories and the things and press buttons and wait. And they're
Voicemail.
bad things. Not well, what is it? What is call interference when you call in and get what's that called? Is it
Voicemail. You mean you have to do this?
Yeah.
Every single
Yeah.
Company.
every single
Yeah.
company
A
you
me- a
call
menu.
now.
Well, no,
A
I just,
menu.
you know what you do? You call and they go, if you don't have a touch-tone phone,
Right.
Oh.
and I just leave it on the speakerphone until a human being comes. I had to call the New York Times this morning.
Well, that'll
and,
work.
And that
will
worked
work.
just fine.
That'll work.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah.
But on the
But
same,
I don't think that there are some places now that don't even give you that option.
I noticed that too, and
That don't
I
give you the option because
I just
they
hang
figure
up.
everybody's got touch-tone
Have you
phones.
called the post office lately?
I've
yeah, it's
never-
an 800. You
I'm
try to get a
afraid
local
That's
information.
like, go back to 29 if you want this repeated. I mean,
really?
it's like 29 things. And
Oh, my
I
God.
still don't know if they're open on Saturday, you know? Or
Okay,
a
so on a
location.
similar note of this retailing thing, is that when you think about, I think, I have a lot of time on my hands, I think about this stuff. A company that has music or worse ads on their hold, in other words, I called Alamo Car Rental,
I've gotta
waited
do that
for a
this
half hour.
afternoon. Yeah.
Luckily, you
$800
must,
number?
everyone must own a speakerphone.
Yeah,
Nobody likes to
yes.
hear anybody talk on it. You don't do conversation on it.
No,
You use it for hold.
while
because
you
it's-
read.
It's so much better to not have the thing at your ear. But during the course of the 30 minutes, I heard the same ad 30 times.
Oh, no.
But you think about this, back up a little more. They make ads because they're going to make you wait. In other words, if they hired more operators, you wouldn't be able to wait.
If they weren't selling
how
advertising
about-
there, it would be a quicker answer.
Well, you remember my various mayoral candidate positions. I wanted bathrooms in every block in a retail area. That's reasonable. No helicopters over the city and a few other things. But on a national level, companies that put you on hold like that for when they don't have enough people to handle their traffic, it's a law that your price of whatever you're buying goes down 10% per minute. That's my rule.
Oh.
So everything, it makes them want to answer the phone. See, so you'd be looking for that when they make me president. Okay.
Be soon.
Do you remember Tom Mooney of the NAS?
Of course.
He had a girlfriend for years who worked for, I think, United Airlines at the airport. She was a party girl, stay up all night, get there at like 6 in the morning. Her first task, put all the phones on hold, make coffee, read the paper, go to the bathroom, finally come back. Hello, can I help you? Yes. These people have been on hold for over an hour. So anytime I'm on the road and it's like, I think it may snow tomorrow, I better check. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it's like I know they're making coffee, reading the paper.
I love it.
That's a good story.
That's really great.
The truth hurts.
This is the
They
love
is it 1984 or Brave New World with the big lie. So here it is. It's official. Bank of America and Nations Bank
Brave New World.
have joined together. What do you get from what do we gain from this?
Phones.
Unprecedented financial choice. What do you mean?
How is it?
Isn't
There's
that
one
of
less
those?
bank. Well, how can there be?
Right.
This is exactly
Well, I just
Orwellian.
I just heard exactly. It's called doublespeak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1984.
Are you
it's
still
doublespeak.
penalized for early withdrawal?
I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
I just
Twice.
heard
This is a clean show.
in the car driving over about how this bank merger and closing of
Branches.
was going to make it easier for you to do your banking.
Now this was an editorial. This was an ad. Or
was an ad.
but it wasn't editorial because I wouldn't be surprised.
It was
if
that they said in the ad. It says, we're closing branches. We've merged. We're closing branches. It's going to make it easier for you to do your banking. Now, how is that possible?
Well,
if you had a branch in your neighborhood, and now you don't have a branch in your neighborhood, how is it going to be easier for you to do your banking?
Well, now you're only going to go once a month to the bank and you're going to draw out a whole bunch of cash and keep it in your house.
Right.
Well, you know what? There's a great cable channel. It's the Home and Garden channel. I've become addicted to it lately. It's the greatest. It's decorators showing what you can do.
I watch.
And one of the better ones is something called Decorating Sense, CENTS, where they get a budget and then they do. I mean, it's really nightmarish, some of the stuff they do. But there was a decorator on the other day who was on this show, and he said that this was a condo and this was a project. We'll show you what we can do. And this guy says, well, we're going to bring out the architecture on the walls by painting them different colors. We're going to paint them very cool colors. And the next, it cuts to that color blue, this color green. I mean, it's just stuff. And he goes, see, now, this expands everything. And yet, when you get in between the walls, you get a very cozy feeling.
I said, what?
And I went, he didn't just say this, did he? And then when you put this rug in and all this other stuff, and it's getting real cluttered, he goes, "See how expansive it is and how comforting it is." It was more of this. It was more doublespeak, and that Home and Garden channel is full of doublespeak. It's got constant because decorators are always going. It's light yet heavy, and people are paying them $10,000 a week to tell them that stuff.
Kind of like the Iron Butterfly.
The Iron Butterfly, the Led Zeppelin.
They were light and heavy.
Yes.
I want to stand banks for just a second. Now, I want to reiterate. Another of my theories about I have to be emperor of the world now because this isn't just national.
Oh.
Excuse me. When I heard 10 years ago there are going to be ATMs, people will withdraw cash with a card, and fewer people will have to work in the bank to do those transactions. I said, great. The money they save on that will go to the armed guards who are at every ATM. Then naturally, of course, you put up a cash center where people are going to take money out, there's going to be robbers. So there'll be an armed guard at every one. Now, what would you think otherwise? So, of course, they're not. People get slaughtered all the time. Now, part of my proposition is if you join the banking industry in any sense, I mean, I'm sorry if you're just a teller, but you're in the industry, you get a card, and if a person is killed at an ATM, some banking industry person has to be executed. It's just part of the deal. It'll make security go up at the spots, and I think it's very practical and very reasonable.
You know, Pinochet could use your help. He was just arrested in London, and he's like, the New Yorker called him the only successful ex-dictator in the world. It's quite a position.
Why limit yourself to Emperor of the World? Why not just Ming the Merciless?
I'm very merciful, as a matter of fact.
Ming this is
Ming
it.
the Merciless.
Now,
Ming the Merciful. There you go.
Okay, you talk about double speak or even logic.
The good twin.
Stick with me with this. Stay with me for a minute on this one. It's a little item out of the Times about the ban on cheap guns with upheld in West Hollywood. It said the state appeals court found that West Hollywood's ban on small cheap handguns they upheld their ban, and West Hollywood became the first city to ban the guns, which are available for as little as $50. Los Angeles banned the guns in 1996, with officials saying that they accounted for 1,437, or 13% of all firearms confiscated. 13%. They should confiscate. They should ban guns that cost more than $50, right? That's 87% of the problem.
Yeah.
In other words,
yes, okay,
here's proof that we have to stop these cheap handguns. 13% are obviously it's well-heeled people who are doing the robbing. We must ban expensive guns, and only never mind.
I get it.
I get the idea.
What is this insane clown posse?
ICP.
No. This is a McDonald's thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
But see, I believe that everybody should be armed.
Yeah.
And you should have to wear the arms on the outside of your clothing at all times, like the Wild West. I really think that would cut down on all crime. If you knew whoever you were contemplating having,
yell at in the car.
something
Didn't
to
that
do
pass in
with,
Florida?
is going to pull out his gun and shoot you, you would be. The world would be much more civil.
More polite.
Much more civil,
Yeah, you don't
much
go,
more polite, and a
yeah.
lot less crime,
Yeah.
a lot less violence.
Yeah.
I think that we should have to wear strap
Sidearms.
arms.
Sometimes
Sidearms.
I do that at home.
Don't hide
in
arms.
my house.
Get sidearms.
Get sidearms. I do that at home. My wife likes me to wear it around the house.
And nothing else.
Well, it's waiters, and
we're almost out of
357
time, and we
strap-on.
have hardly said anything yet. And I had a big area I wanted to talk about, which was my favorite guitar solo. And don't take the guitar solo, but take it from me. I realize I always used to say "Rock Around the Clock," but in fact, my favorite guitar solo is "The End of Goodbye to Love" by the Carpenters. It's a fuzz tone thing. That's my favorite guitar solo I ever heard.
Of all time, really?
Yeah. Do you have any off the top of your head?
Yeah, I
in
sure
a record?
do. Elmore James and Something Inside Me.
Something Inside Me.
It's from
Was that Kent, or was that?
No, it's one of the last sessions he did. He's dying from TB, and you can his whole voice is just like there's 75 pounds of phlegm, and he stops and he plays up on the neck rather than
Something
down on
Inside
the neck.
Me.
And my other favorite,
Denny?
the other one is my favorite white
Honky
guitar
Tonk.
solo.
Denny.
Honky Tonk, Mr. Billy Butler, the one guitar.
Then there's John Fogerty's favorite guitar solo, which is Doug Fieger.
Yeah.